The following episode of the Top Gun Show is being provided for the sales partners of NXTSYS as yet another valuable tool to help your customers make informed decisions. Enjoy. Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today I'd like to welcome Matt McKernan, the Senior Vice President of Enterprise Sales at NICE CXONE, the sponsor of the Top Gun Show. Having spent the last 7 years at NICE CXONE, Matt leads an enterprise sales team of over 70 sales professionals that focuses on large inbound and outbound organizations seeking to leverage true multi-tenant cloud platform and expertise for better business outcomes. Matt, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Good to be here, Steve. Thanks for having me, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are sponsoring this month. You guys, amazing company, the leader in the space by far. Well, I wanted to talk to you. You've grown your enterprise sales team from 20 to over 70 sales professionals. How have you seen the needs of customers change in the past 7 years?
Well, Steve, I am responsible for our enterprise sales division, which is larger enterprises. Think of 500 or more contact center agents globally. These are typically Fortune 1000. And the biggest change we've seen in the last 7 years is part of the market put their toe in the water maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but now the entire industry, the large industry, is in the pool. So the participation in contact center as a service, what we call CCaaS, the participation among large organizations, we feel is getting close to 100%. Doesn't mean they've all moved, but it means they all are very much interested in analyzing and potentially even contracting this given year. So that's the real big change in the market that that not only small, medium-sized businesses, I think they've adopted the cloud as long as 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Not surprisingly, the large ones are going to wait a little bit, make sure this is for real, and they're realizing it is. So their entrance into the market has really had us change our go-to-market.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've even noticed on the smaller enterprise customers that before, contact center was kind of a necessary evil. Okay, we don't want to miss phone calls, stuff like that. Now it's a revenue stream. I mean, you can go build an ROI with a good contact center like you guys have and show how you can increase revenue with your solution for sure.
Absolutely. It's usually 3 major things that we see. Cost cutting is always a big concern, or just cost containment or cost deferment. And then increased revenue, as you mentioned, Steve, and of course, customer satisfaction and customer experience is critical. So they've got a lot of pressure on them to perform better and do it at the right expense level. And the multi-tenant cloud solution that CXONE offers definitely allows them to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's talk about your enterprise team. How does your team interact with the indirect sales channel? Are you guys a friend or a foe?
We are very much a friend. When I think about the larger transactions that we've done in 2021, almost all of them have a partner of some sort connected to them. Either we source the lead through that partner, or that partner is providing some kind of consulting services. And so when my team is selling, whether a deal, in the occasion where there is not a sales, not a partner attached, or where there is one, our selling motion doesn't change. All the resources, all the expertise that we bring to bear, our sales effort is exactly the same. And so we are there to be the subject matter expert. And as you look at larger organizations and how they make decisions on IT and how they re-platform, these are big decisions. These are organizations that are used to conferring with that third-party, unbiased consultant. So they're expecting to see somebody else in the room other than just the vendor.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. That's great news. I don't think a lot of the sales partner community understood that about NICE CXONE, that you are very, very channel friendly. So that's great to hear. What else would you like to tell the thousands of indirect sales channels professionals that have relationships with end users that are watching this interview right now?
What I tell them is that Contact center as a service, cloud contact center, is a discussion and a conversation that is going on at your customers. It is happening. It's happening today. It might have happened last year. If for some odd reason it hasn't happened, then it's most definitely going to happen this year. A lot of those people that were kind of watching and waiting and kicking the can down the road, staying on some old aged on-premise architecture, really COVID forced them out of that mindset. The ability to work from anywhere, the ability to scale, to be very elastic, kind of forced them out of that. So my message would be, your customers are talking about CCaaS. It's happening. So just because you're not in the conversation right now doesn't mean that they're not talking about this. They are very much having these discussions. Their boards want to hear about their cloud transformation strategy. Their customers are asking for more channels to operate across. And so all these things have led to a CCaaS conversation happening in every large contact center. And so my message would be, engage on the contact center conversation with your customers. We've got some partners. I've had a lot of discussions. I talk to partners every day. Some of them are further along in their learning than others. We're that subject matter expert for you. We're here to make you look good, and we're here to be the subject matter experts you don't have to be. And that way you can trust an organization like CXONE that's going to come in, provide that expertise that you want to bring to bear, right? You want to introduce that expert that's going to help that customer get over a very challenging project, which is moving on-prem to cloud for contact center.
So if I'm a telecom circuit slinger and I've got a relationship with a network guy, what's the question I can ask, this sentence or two, that'll engage and open up that conversation that I can bring you in on?
Sure. The question is simply, you assume, number one, just assume they've got on-premise gear installed. And so you take that assumption and say, hey, is this the year that you're going to move off of that on-premise into the cloud? Is 2022 the year? Do you have a project stood up? And that conversation will get a hit most of the time. That will be like, yes, we're looking, or we're thinking about sending out an RFP next quarter. We want to get in early and help the partner form that RFP for that customer.
Yeah, that's great advice. I love forming the RFP. But definitely puts you in the driver's seat for sure. Great answer. Well, Matt, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and then I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Tell the viewers a fun or little known fact about yourself.
Well, little known fact is I played football in college at the University of South Carolina, so I am a Gamecock diehard. We had a great year this year with a new coach, Shane Beamer, up for Coach of the Year. So yeah, I played back in the day. It was a few years ago, Steve, as you can imagine, but had a good career there, and took some of what I learned, a lot of what I learned, and apply it to competing every day in this very dynamic industry that we all work in.
That's great. That's a great story, because I think I learned more playing organized sports in college and in high school, but mainly in college, than I learned in all the business classes I took. There's so many metaphors about leadership and drive and all teamwork and all that stuff. So that's a great. What position did you play? I got to ask.
Played middle linebacker.
Whoa, that's pretty impressive. Very nice, very nice. Well, Matt, thanks for being on the Top Gun show today. It's a pleasure to get to know you during this interview and spend some time with you.
You bet, Steve. Enjoyed the time.
And thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.